Good evening, East Alabama. This is the Locker Room presented by Ted's Floors and Beyond. I'm Namath Pitts. Welcome in on this Monday afternoon. It is a new week, and guys, it is almost the end of the spring when it comes to sports. Can you believe that? The AHSAA state playoffs for baseball start this weekend. This Thursday is the first round of the state playoffs. Just to kind of let you guys get a little bit more of a measure of where things are at. Next weekend is sectionals for track and field, which means state is the following weekend. You've got softball area tournament starting up with regionals in a couple weeks at the beginning of May. We are getting towards the end, guys, of what has been an absolutely jam-packed spring, which kind of scares me a little bit because it means we go from a lot happening to the summer where not much of anything is happening. But needless to say, hey, we've got a great Monday in store for you guys. As always, we're going to talk about some big games that took place this past weekend where playoff spots were clinched for local baseball teams. While with playoff spots being clinched for some, heartbreak sank in for others as some teams' seasons came to an end. We've got 5 local athletes right here in Calhoun and Cleveland County that are getting to Birmingham probably right about this time right now as they're preparing to be a part of a big banquet tonight with other athletes from across the state of Alabama. As always, it's the Bryant-Jordan Scholarship. You have regional winners. We had 5 regional winners that'll join other regional winners from across the state of Alabama. Tonight, more scholarship money will be given out to those students. We're going to talk more about those 5 students. I'm going to tell you about those 5 students and tell you how they put themselves in a position to potentially get a big scholarship tonight with big money. Now, all of them are guaranteed $3,000 because they won regional, but can you get even more money? That'll be determined tonight in Birmingham. And then finally, it's kind of made a little national news, but maybe you didn't even know that Jacksonville State University now has a bowling team. Well, they are now Division I national champions. That's right, national champions, Division I, local right here in Jacksonville, Jack State. We're going to talk more about that to close the show. The USSSA midseason tournament took place last week. We're going to have more on that tomorrow. We're going to have a couple highlights of the Anniston Bulldogs 12U team. We're also going to have all the results of winners and runner-ups from every local team that competed in the USSSA midseason tournament. We got a great week in store. Later this week, we're going to have Chris Reynolds, the White Plains Wildcats. We're going to have Coach Hess of the Alexandria softball team. It is going to be a busy week, but as always, it's going to be great. All right, we start our show each and every day with the scoreboard. So let's talk about some big games that took place this past weekend. Let's talk state baseball. Let's talk East Alabama baseball. Let's start with a decisive winner-take-all. Winners in the playoffs, losers' season is over. Experience mattered in this one. Steve Gendron's team absolutely put the hammer to Coach Dalton Turner and the Pleasant Valley Raiders. I got to tell you what, Hayes Farrell did not give up a hit. He threw a no-hitter in a must-win game. Blake Sewell hit a grand slam. Marcus Lawler had a 3-run home run. Donahoe could not miss. When it came to hitting and pitching, they fired on all cylinders as they knocked out Dalton Turner and the Pleasant Valley Raiders. Donahoe finished his Pleasant Valley season. Donahoe is in the state playoffs once again. They're the runner-up in 2A Area 13. The winner of that is Collinsville. And Donahoe's in the state playoffs. They're going to hit the road this Friday in what's a winnable series, in my opinion, when they travel to Southeastern. Now, here's just a little stats about Donahoe. They're pretty good at baseball if you didn't know. Well, Donahoe has made the 3rd round, which is the quarterfinals. They've made the quarterfinals every year since 2019. So since 2019, they have made the quarterfinals every year. They finished runner-up in 2021 where they lost in the state finals. So this Steve Gendron team is used to playing in the playoffs. They get the opportunity for Dalton Turner's team. You look to turn the page and try to get back next year. All right, let's talk about the next game. Guys, we're going to talk more about White Plains on our East Alabama Now news tonight at 6:30 p.m. I want to highly encourage you to watch that tonight so you can get a more in-depth breakdown of this game. But White Plains had not made the playoffs, guys. They had not made the playoffs in a long time. 2014. Almost 10 years ago was the last time White Plains made the playoffs. Blake Jennings, in his first year at White Plains, has led them to the playoffs. So, Cooper Tenney, Braxton Curls, two instrumental seniors for this team, have helped lead them in leadership. Coleman Ray, another senior. So many guys that have contributed to this program. They go on the road, which is tough to do. They go to Cleveland County. It's a winner-take-all. Winner in the playoffs. Loser season is over. What does White Plains do? Well, Paul Lobby singled, scored 3 runs, 2 RBIs. Ian Douglas had a run and 2 RBIs. Braxton Curls was 2 for 5 with an RBI. Cooper Tenney struck out 4 batters, walked 1, only allowed 2 earned runs. As White Plains finished Cleveland County's season, sent them home. White Plains is headed to the state playoffs where they'll play at Etowah. Congratulations to the White Plains Wildcats. They win 10-3 and clinch a spot in the 4A state playoffs. How about Zach Welch and the Alexandria Valley Cubs? We all knew that they were going to make the playoffs, but they're now hosting the first round. They got the win 11-7 over Southside Gaston. They won Game 1, they won Game 2, and then they took Game 3 for the sweep as they won Game 3 11-7. Evan Snow went 2 for 2 with a double. He had 2 runs and an RBI. They got an RBI from Bruner, Braden Thacker, and Nick Thompson as Alexandria got the win over Southside 11-7. Finally, in Class 6A, the Oxford Yellow Jackets, they played a doubleheader, but we are going to talk about the second game, which they won 5-4. That is American Christian Academy out of Tuscaloosa. In the second game, Gavin Griner pitched 5 1/3 innings, allowing 4 hits, 2 earned runs, striking out 4 batters. Bryson Bradford got the win, allowing 1 hit and 1 unearned run in 1 2/3 innings. Rocco Maniscalco hit a 2-run double. He also had 2 RBIs in the game. He also had a home run. Heacock hit an RBI single as Oxford got the win 5-4. They open the playoffs at home this Friday at Choccolocco Park, where they will host Parker. All right, so that is all of our baseball action from the weekend. A lot of must-win games. Now, that is all the action from Saturday. We didn't talk about the action from Friday. So, again, we kind of talked about tonight, East Alabama Now, the news at 6:30 p.m., where Mike Stedham and Katie Evers bring you your local news. John Holder has the weather. It's kind of a big deal if you haven't figured that out yet. Well, you need to watch tonight because we're going to talk more about White Plains specifically, and we're going to talk more about Tommy Miller and the Jacksonville Christian Academy Thunder. That's a team that trailed Faith Christian in a must-win game 7-0. Coach gets ejected. Writing's on the wall. Season's over. Not for the Jacksonville Christian Academy Thunder. They storm back and win and make the playoffs. That is a story that you can get only tonight at East Alabama Now News. Hey, let's get back into the scoreboard. Let's talk softball. There was some tournaments that took place this weekend. One of those teams that was on the field was Coach McKibben's Oxford Yellow Jackets. They played 3 games this past weekend. It was a busy weekend for them. They went pretty good. They defeated the Lincoln Golden Bears 11-0. Mooney struck out 11 batters, had 1 walk. She had 5 innings where she did not give up a hit. She was also one of 5 Oxford players at the plate who had 2 RBIs. Ashlyn Burns hit a home run, and Kaylin Crosley and Reagan Sanders both had a double and 2 RBIs. Adasia Wilson went 2 for 3 with an RBI as Oxford got the win over Lincoln 11-0. Then they followed that up by playing Asheville. They got the win over Asheville 8-1. Mooney, who we just talked about, well, she hit a home run against Asheville. She pitched 2 perfect innings with 5 strikeouts against Asheville. They had a lot of players. Jayla Jackson hit a double, had 2 RBIs. Wilson went 3 for 3 with a double and 3 runs. Tim's Becerra went 3 for 3 with a double and 3 RBIs as Oxford got the win against Asheville 8-1. Then Oxford made it a sweep on the day as they closed the day by defeating Mumford 4-1. And against Mumford, Tim's Becerra went 2 for 3. She had a home run. Jordan Alexander had a double, had 2 RBIs. Mooney pitched good in the first game against Lincoln, didn't give up a hit. Pitched good relief against Asheville. She pitched relief in this one as well. She pitched 1 perfect inning in relief, had 2 strikeouts, which brought her day to 8 innings that she did not give up a hit. Crosley, who did pitch for the Yellow Jackets, allowed 6 hits and 1 earned run with 1 strikeout in 4 innings. She allowed 1 run and 1 hit with 2 strikeouts in 2 innings against Asheville. The other team that was in action this past weekend, it was a double header. The first score right there, 2-3. Randolph County took the first game 3-2 over Pleasant Valley. And in the second game, Pleasant Valley took the win over Randolph County 10-9. Now, Nathan and Ashley, who do amazing things for us behind the scenes that you don't see every day, guys, I'm looking at this 3-2 and 10-9. Something changed in between these two games because we went from a pitcher's duel to a hitter's duel. By the way, I want to send a big thank you to Nathan and Ashley. They do so much that you guys don't even realize that makes East Alabama Now happen each and every day. Well, I'll tell you what, Coach Bryant has done a lot of things for this Pleasant Valley program. This is a team that is hungry to get back to state and try to finish what they couldn't finish a year ago. And this past weekend against Randolph County, Madison Cromer, who's been a big-time player for them, she had an RBI single that ended up being the game-winning run in that second game where they won 10-9. Lily Henry went 2 for 5. She had a home run, 2 runs, 2 RBIs. Alexa Cramner had 2 RBIs. Gracie Ward had a double and an RBI. Haley Lee went 2 for 3 on the day with a double and RBI. Lily Robinson, great basketball player, really good softball player. She went 2 for 4 with an RBI. A lot of RBIs. I mean, I'm looking at 12 total for Pleasant Valley, 12 total for Randolph County on the day. Jordan Cheatwood and Aubrey Cromer each had an RBI. And for Randolph County, well, Brantley Wortham went 2 for 5 with a home run, 3 RBIs. Tally Sims went 3 for 5 with a home run and 2 RBIs. Hannah Palmer was 2 for 4 with a run and an RBI. Randolph County took game 1 3-2. Pleasant Valley took game 2 10-9. Speaking of Randolph County, they also have a student athlete that'll be at the Bryant-Jordan Scholarship Banquet tonight. A little bit outside of my coverage zone, though. So speaking of that Bryant-Jordan Scholarship Banquet tonight in Birmingham, we're going to talk about the 5 right here, local talent, Calhoun and Cleveland County, 5 athletes that are going to be there tonight with an opportunity to win more scholarship money. We're going to talk about why the Bryant-Jordan Scholarship is a big deal and is something that deserves recognition and deserves a spotlight. Hey, we continue on this Monday afternoon. I'm fired up, baby. I got a lot of energy. We're just getting started on the Locker Room, presented by Ted's Floors and Beyond.
Can I help make pancakes, Dad?
Of course, buddy. I absolutely love these cabinets we have here in our showroom. And as much as you like these right here, the options on this kitchen over here, I think you're going to... For real, Randall?
I love this kitchen.
Let's do a kitchen makeover in your home.
Fair enough.
Seriously, guys?
We made you one.
Okay. We ought to do this more often.
We live in a world that moves quickly, and while we are able to connect faster than ever through technology, maybe you've noticed that real connection is hard to come by. Parker Memorial Baptist Church offers you a place to connect, a place to learn more about Jesus and the difference He can make in your life, a place to build relationships with like-minded believers, or maybe discover what it means to be a follower of Jesus Christ. A place to use the gifts and talents God has given you. A place where we love God and we love you. Parker Memorial Baptist Church, 1205 Quintard Avenue, Anniston. Visit our website for details.
Ted's Floors and Beyond brings you the Locker Room each and every day. Ted's Floors and Beyond has all your floor needs, whether it's hardwood, laminate, carpet, tile, or luxury vinyl. They have it for you right there at Ted's. You can go by their showroom there in Anniston. You can pick out what you like, want, and need, and they can do it right there at Ted's. Also, they've got their partnership with Welborn Cabinet and will offer you a complete kitchen or bath makeover. That includes cabinets, countertops, flooring, backsplashes, tile showers. They can get it done there at Ted's Floors and Beyond. And now they offer you work on your outdoor space, whether it's an outdoor kitchen, patio, or living space. They have specially made outdoor tiles and stones that can enhance your outdoor experience. Go by and see them today at their showroom in Anniston on Highway 431, right before you get to Sachs Elementary School, or visit them online at shopteds.com. That's shopteds.com. Ted's Floors and Beyond brings you the Locker Room. We continue on this Monday afternoon. We are going to talk about 5 incredibly talented student athletes right here in Calhoun and Cleveland County that are going to be honored tonight in Birmingham. One thing I did not do, though, when we started the show was remind you to hit that like and follow button on our East Alabama Now page so that you don't miss the Locker Room. We're here every weekday, Monday through Friday at 5 p.m. Hey, let's talk about these student athletes. We're going to tell you a little bit more about them individually. But in order to be nominated for the Bryant-Jordan Scholarship, they choose regional winners. and those regional winners come together with the other regional winners from across the state. You got to be an athlete, but you also got to be very intelligent. And so these are 5 of the top student athletes in our area that not only excel athletically, but most importantly, excel academically. As you can tell, I didn't get nominated for the Bryant-Jordan Scholarship because I can't even say excel right. But these 5 student athletes, along with another young lady from Randolph County, are actually in Birmingham tonight. We have 5 right here that'll be attending. By the way, this is the 39th annual Bryant-Jordan Recognition Banquet, and it's going to be at the Sheraton in Birmingham tonight. We have Miss Avery Prickett of Alexandria. We're going to show you her well, never mind, we're going to show you her right now. There she is. By the way, thank you to Ashley Gober, who put these graphics together. By the way, these school pictures are from the schools themselves, so they sent this out. And so that is Miss Avery Prickett, who is a golfer for the Alexandria Valley Cubs. We're going to talk more about her in a minute, so you'll see her again in just a minute. Also tonight, joining Avery will be Mr. Luke Reinhardt of the Piedmont Bulldogs. Great linebacker for Piedmont, great basketball player. We're going to talk more about Luke in just a minute. Also joining Luke and Avery tonight will be Miss Isabella Pollard from Ramburn High School. Isabella, one heck of an athlete for the Ramburn Bulldogs as well, joining them tonight. She's as close as you get to the Georgia State line. All right, joining her, just right down the road, he went famous for his famous diarrhea line. If you know, you know, during wrestling season. No, big congratulations to our Colton Mayfield, who's been selected as a regional winner for the Bryant-Jordan Regional Scholarship. He'll be in Birmingham tonight, and joining him is one of his classmates, one of his teammates from wrestling, also a soccer player right there, Mr. Noah Morgan, who, by the way, I know that Noah Morgan is intelligent. I believe at one point, Rice University, I don't know if he is or isn't going to Rice, but I know that was the school they were eyeing, and you got to be smart to go to Rice University. So Noah Morgan, and that's the 5 student athletes from our area that are going to be at the Bryant-Jordan Awards ceremony tonight in Birmingham. And so the Bryant-Jordan Scholarship Program is basically a collaborative effort from the Alabama Sports Hall of Fame and from the Alabama High School Athletic Association. But now the Bryant-Jordan Scholarship is not just an Alabama thing. It's a national thing. You see similar scholarships that are nationally given out to intelligent student athletes across the globe. Obviously, we're proud of the Bryant-Jordan Scholarship here in the state of Alabama, what it represents and what it does for student athletes. And basically, it honors students who are exceptionally academically. So it's scholar athlete. It's basically a scholar athlete award is basically what they say. But there's a total of 104 regional winners. That's 52 scholar athletes and 52 achievement awardees. And all of them will receive a $3,000 scholarship to go towards their education. But tonight, additional money and additional awards will be given out to those athletes. So we mentioned those 5. Let's take a deeper look at those 5. And let's start with Miss Avery Prickett of Alexandria High School. Avery Prickett is graduating the top of her class. She's in her top 3 at Alexandria High School. And she's going to be attending Jacksonville State University after, so she's staying local, going to be a Gamecock. Hey, Avery, go Gamecocks, baby. I'm a Jack State grad myself. She's already got a scholarship from Jacksonville State University, the Gamecock Excellence Scholarship. She wants to go into secondary education, teach at the high school level, although what language she wants to teach is not determined at this moment. But we interviewed Avery Prickett. You probably remember this interview. And because she's part of one of the top ladies golf teams in the state of Alabama. She's a part of Alexandria's golf team. She was a runner-up in the Calhoun County Girls Golf Tournament 2 years in a row. She's a Class 5A Region 6 scholar athlete, and she is going to be one of the 5 in Birmingham tonight. Next up, joining Avery in Birmingham tonight will be Luke Reinhardt of the Piedmont Bulldogs. We've also talked with Luke, talked with him back during the fall at the Calhoun County Quarterback Club. He played football and basketball for Piedmont, and he has, let me tell you this, plays football and basketball, and he's the valedictorian. He's a Class 3A Region 6 scholar athlete. Just like Miss Avery Prickett, he plans to go to Jacksonville State University. He's going to study pre-engineering. Then he wants to transfer to Auburn or UAH and major in electrical engineering. On top of being a great linebacker for the Piedmont Bulldogs, on top of being a key player for their basketball team, this is a guy that is also very artistic. And by what I mean is he loves painting and drawing, very talented when it comes to painting and drawing. And so not just talented on the field, on the court, but also talented maybe behind closed doors working on art. So it'll be interesting to see if not only Luke makes it in the next level of engineering, but maybe he puts some art out there that you just never know. One day might be selling for millions and millions of dollars. All right, so we have Avery Prickett, Luke Reinhardt. Now let's go as close as you can get without getting into Georgia. Let's talk about Miss Isabella Pollard of Ramburn. Now, we don't cover Ramburn as much because it's a little far out there. We've obviously talked with Coach Meter during wrestling season, but Ramburn has got some talented athletes, and Isabella is certainly one of them. She's a cheerleader, and she is following in Carson Hall's footsteps in terms of being a regional winner for the Bryant-Jordan Scholarship. She's a Class 2A Region 5 Achievement Award winner. She's planning on going to the University of Auburn. She's already received a Spirit of Auburn Presidential Scholarship. She plans to major in biomedical sciences or neuroscience, ultimately wanting to be a dermatologist. And she also is really talented at fashion design and sewing. I got to tell you, Isabella, there's not enough people that know how to sew anymore. Look, my grandma taught me how to sew, so they don't teach that in school anymore. But anyway, so you never know. She's obviously wanting to be a dermatologist, but certainly with graphic designing in terms of fashion, she could be a model one day or something, designing her own clothesline. Who knows? I know she's looking to win some more money tonight at the Bryant-Jordan Scholarship. All right, now let's go to Cleveland County High School, where we have two Cleveland County athletes. Let's start, again, we'll never live it down, the famous line from Colton Mayfield during wrestling season about the diarrhea. Well, I tell you what, he has overcame a lot, and he is very, very talented, very smart, has a great head on his shoulders. And I got to tell you what, not only did he wrestle, he played football, played soccer a little bit. Wrestling was his favorite sport. He's a Class 4A Region 5 winner in terms of the Achievement Award. And he's planning to also go to Jacksonville State University. So he's going to be an honors grad for Cleveland County. And this is a guy that has, you know what he loves to do? We kind of talked about Luke Reinhardt, painting and stuff. Colton is a really good author. And by what I mean is that he loves writing fiction writing. He actually won a fiction writing award at a Jacksonville State writing contest as a junior in high school. And so, you never know. He could be the next Ernest Hemingway. He could be the next guy with millions of copies that are New York's best time seller. All right, joining Colton tonight will be his teammate, and it is Noah Morgan. Noah Morgan is extremely talented, of course, athletically and academically. He is still, again, deciding on where he wants to go to college. I know Rice University was on that list. I don't know if it still is. I know he's also thinking about University of South Alabama, Emory, and he's also thinking about UAB. So those are just a couple of schools that are on his list, very good schools that he's considering. And he plans to major in psychology. He's on a pre-medical track, ultimately wants to be a psychiatrist. He's a Class 4A Region 5 scholar athlete. He wrestled, ran track, and he's played soccer for him, but he loves football. It's his number one sport. He was the Tigers' kicker. If you didn't know that, he was the kicker for Cleveland County. He's extremely talented. So Noah Morgan will join his teammate, Colton Mayfield, and they'll join three other Calhoun-Cleveland County athletes tonight in Birmingham. We just want to give them a little spotlight, congratulate them, and we'll give you guys more information on how tonight goes as we get that. Hey, when we come back, national champions right here in Calhoun County. Jacksonville State University bowling team. First year with the bowling program, national champions. We have more on that in just a minute as we continue on the Locker Room, presented by Ted's Floors and Beyond.
Can I help make pancakes, Dad?
Of course, buddy.
I absolutely love these cabinets we have here in our showroom. And as much as you like these right here, the options on this kitchen over here, I think you're going to... For real, Randall?
I love this kitchen.
Let's do a kitchen makeover in your home.
Fair enough.
Seriously, guys?
We made you one.
Okay, we ought to do this more often.
For over 60 years, Oxford Lumber has been servicing our area, and our customer service has always been our main focus. Our customer service is what sets us apart from anyone else. From the moment you enter, our highly trained staff will treat you like family.
to enthusiastically provide total customer satisfaction within a positive and self-fulfilling employee relations environment. Visit us at any of our 4 locations or at oxfordlumber.com.
Since 1993, WM Grocery has been a major part of our local community. WM offers the very best in fresh produce and an outstanding meat department. WM also has many local products not found anywhere else and fresh sushi every day. If you need an event catered, come see Mrs. K at any WM store. Curbside pickup is also available for your online grocery orders. Be sure to download the WM app for all the deals of the week and shopper rewards. Go check them out today at any of their locations.
We take pride in our community and appreciate your business.
For metal buildings in Alabama and the Southeast, Waldrop Manufacturing is your one-stop source. A Waldrop metal building provides the coverage and protection your investments need. They specialize in carports, RV covers, portable buildings, and storage buildings. Stop paying rent for storage. With Waldrop's price per foot, you can actually save money by buying straight from the manufacturer. Waldrop buildings are guaranteed because Waldrop manufactures buildings with U.S. steel right here in Calhoun County. Waldrop Manufacturing, serving the entire Southeast. Give them a call today.
Welcome back into the Locker Room, presented by Ted's Floors and Beyond. I'm Namath Pitts. I want to continue on this Monday afternoon, I should say. And we're going to talk about another good news story right here. We've got a lot of those tonight on our East Alabama Now News at 6:30 p.m. We have a couple good news stories for that. Don't forget, by the way, to tune into that because it's almost that time. I'm looking at my watch. As soon as we get done here, I got to get into the newsroom and get ready to talk about some good news stories. John Holder will have the local weather tonight, and Mike Stedham and Katie Edwards, as always, bring you the up-to-date news here in East Alabama. How about the Jacksonville State University bowling team? Did you even know they had a program? Well, they did. This was their first year having a bowling program, and I don't know many teams ever that in their first year of having a program win a national championship. And I think it took a moment for that to sink in for Jacksonville State. They just won a national championship. They didn't immediately run and go crazy. Rather, they just turned, gave hugs, high fives, congratulated each other because they had just brought home Jacksonville State their first national championship, if I'm not mistaken. And they did that, of course, in the modern era. So how did Jacksonville State do it? Well, obviously, they went through the conference, got into the Final Four, had already defeated Arkansas State, but then they had to play them again the next day for a national championship. Jacksonville State actually trailed Arkansas State, and they overcame a 3-2 deficit to win the national championship. This, again, is the first NCAA Division I championship in any sport in the modern history for Jacksonville State University, and it's the first year of existence for the bowling team, and they win a national championship. And it's also believed, I kind of hinted at this a second ago, it's believed to be the first time that a school in their first year of a program has won a national championship. Now, to believe, maybe somebody can go deep in the record books and prove me otherwise. Needless to say, Jacksonville State had some players that came in this first year of the program and created this legacy. They had Miranda Pattison, who was one of 4 graduate students, and you also had Anna Warkel and so many others that came into this program, and just here they are, national champions. So when Jacksonville State decided to add a bowling team, you see them right there, standing there with the national championship trophy, they called Shannon O'Keefe. And that's who was hired as the Jacksonville State bowling coach. Now, Shannon O'Keefe, you may not know, was one of the most successful collegiate coaches in the country. She was actually one of the top bowlers in the world as well. She came to Jacksonville State University from McKendree University, which is in Lebanon, Illinois. She led the Bearcats there to 4 national championships, 2 NCAA national championships, and 2 USBC intercollegiate team championships. So she had already had success. You talk about opening a program to get a hire like O'Keefe, that was major. And again, they played in a tough, let me tell you a little bit about Conference USA bowling. They had Arkansas State was a Conference USA team. Who did they play in the national championship? Arkansas State. All right, you know who else was in it? Youngstown State. Guess who was in the Final Four with Arkansas State and JSU? Youngstown State. Conference USA was strong. You had Vanderbilt. You may go, well, wait a minute, that's an SEC team. Well, you don't have SEC bowling, so Vanderbilt plays in the Conference USA in terms of bowling. Sam Houston State was the other Final Four team. There was 4 Final Four teams in bowling. All 4 of them were from the Conference USA. So that shows you how strong Jacksonville State's conference is. So not only did they win the conference, they won the national championship. So you may wonder, well, how was this roster put together? Well, we told you Coach O'Keefe came from McKendree University, where she'd already had a lot of success there. If you look at Jacksonville State's roster, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 bowlers total on their official roster, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those 9 transferred to Jacksonville State from McKendree University. So O'Keefe going from McKendree to Jacksonville State set the stage for 6 of those 9 to come, and they're now national champions. Out of that, you had a grad student, a junior, Anna Warkle, should be back next year. You had Kayla Smith, who was a senior. You had Crystal Elliott, who came from Nebraska. She transferred from Nebraska. She was a grad student. You had a junior in Miss Kayla. She was a junior from Mexico City, Mexico. You had Rebecca Hagerman, who was a grad student from McKendree. She transferred in. You did have a freshman from Pattonville High School out of Missouri, Danielle Henderson. You see her there. And then Isabel Allen, who was a senior from England, but transferred from McKendree University. So McKendree University, Jacksonville State University now, Division I national champions in their first year of having a collegiate program. We want to wish them congratulations. And as always, go Gamecocks and fear the beak. Hey, that's going to do it for us today. Hey, when we come back tomorrow, we're going to talk youth baseball. We're going to talk USSSA midseason tournament. We got a lot of teams around here that took gold, whether that was in the gold, silver, or bronze division. We got 8U, 10U, 12U. We're going to talk about all of it tomorrow. Solely youth baseball, USSSA tomorrow. We'll have our scoreboard of tonight's action as well. Again, guys, stay with us all week. We got Coach Hess from Alexandria Softball, Chris Reynolds from White Plains Golf. All that's later this week. We're just getting started. I'll see you at East Alabama Now News at 6:30 in just a little bit. Hope to see you there. Have a great evening. God bless. We'll see you back here tomorrow on The Locker Room, presented by Ted's Fours and Beyond.